So you are sitting in a beautiful, gorgeous new construction model home in Henrico County. The kitchen has the oversized island that you've always wanted. The lighting is perfect, and the on-site sales representative slides a contract across that amazingly beautiful quartz countertop. And then she tells you the builder's preferred lender is offering a generous closing cost credit, and all you need to do is sign today so you can hold the lot before the next price increase. Now that may sound like an answered prayer, especially if you're tired of competing for resale homes. But that contract was drafted for the builder. It can decide whether you get your deposit back, whether you must cover an appraisal shortage, whether the builder can change materials, and what happens if construction runs late. And once you sign, the model home excitement is over and the fine print takes control. New does not automatically mean risk-free. A county inspection does not replace your own buyer-focused inspection. A builder incentive does not automatically make the preferred loan the least expensive choice. And a projected completion date is not the same as a guaranteed moving date. If you're also selling your current home, missing any one of those details can create thousands of dollars in unexpected costs and leave your family scrambling for somewhere to live, and need I say, leave you homeless, okay? Hey friends, I'm Sonali Hutson. I'm a Christian realtor here in the greater Richmond area and the owner and founder of Hutson Realty Group. Our tagline is your move, God's way, and we help self-employed Christians coordinate buying and selling simultaneously without stress, chaos, or homelessness so that you can upgrade your home and your lifestyle using our Homeownership God's Way blueprint. If you're new here, hey girl, hey! Subscribe to the channel because every week I share honest information about Richmond area real estate in a real way so that you can make decisions with wisdom and peace. And today I'm walking you through 7 new construction contract traps to catch before you sign for a home in Richmond, Henrico, Chesterfield, Hanover, or the surrounding areas. Now the first trap happens before you even look at the contract. It happens when you walk into the model home and register without your own agent. Lord, have mercy. How many times I gotta tell y'all to stop doing that, okay? The on-site sales representative may be friendly, they may be helpful, and incredibly knowledgeable about the neighborhood, but that representative works for the builder. Their job is to sell the builder's homes on terms that serve the builder. They are not your personal advocate, and they are not responsible for building your buying and selling strategy. Now, depending on the builder's registration policy, your agent may need to be present or identified during your first visit. If you register alone and try to add an agent later, the builder may refuse to recognize your representation. Now, that doesn't necessarily make the home cheaper for you. It may simply mean you're negotiating against a professional sales team without a professional who's going to be protecting you, looking out for your best interest. Now, your agent should help you compare the builder's price with recent sales, study incentives, ask what's changed from one phase to the next, and document every single promise. Have you ever walked into a model home and felt pressured to make a decision before you were ready to make a decision? If you've experienced that, why don't you tell me about it in the comments? Because I want buyers to see how common that experience actually is. Now, trap number 2 is assuming the contract works like a typical resale contract. It may not. A builder usually uses its own agreement drafted by its own attorneys with financing protection, appraisal language, inspection access, default remedies, completion dates, and cancellation rights depend on what the agreement actually says. Do not assume that protection exists because you had it in a previous home purchase. I need you to look for language that lets the builder extend construction, change plans, substitute materials, or cancel under certain conditions. Then look at what happens if you are the one who needs extra time. Is there a daily charge? Can the builder declare you in default? How much notice do you receive before you could lose the home or your deposit? What happens if a promised feature is unavailable? Is a verbal promise from the sales office enforceable, or must every agreement be written into the contract? See, one thing that happened, we closed on my family's home today, and my brother said, Sonali, you advocated for me every single step of the way. And guys, I do the same for you. We're gonna read every single page and every single addendum before we sign. And if a term is unclear or the financial risk is significant, we're gonna have a qualified Virginia real estate attorney explain it to us. Your real estate agent, which is me, can help you understand the transaction and negotiate business terms, but your agent should not pretend to be your lawyer. Now, trap number 3 is underestimating how much money can become non-refundable. See, a builder may require an initial deposit for the lot, another payment after structural structural options are selected, and additional money for design center upgrades. Those payments can add up quickly. Depending on the agreement, some or all of that money may become non-refundable at specific milestones. You need exact answers before you pay anything. Who holds the money? When does it become non-refundable? What happens if your loan is denied? What happens if the appraisal comes in below the contract price? What happens if they cannot sell your current home by the deadline? Can the builder keep your deposits and also seek other remedies? See, I don't want you to rely on someone saying, we normally work it out. Ask them to show you what the signed contract requires. If the home appraises below the purchase price and your agreement requires you to cover the entire difference, you may need to bring far more cash than you expected, or worst case, far more cash than you have. And if you can't bring it, you could be at risk of losing both the house and any money that you've already paid. See, friends, every day, people just like you reach out to me about navigating a new construction contract and coordinating a sale at the same time. They call or text me at 757-837-0096 because they want an advocate focused on their family, their finances, and their timeline. If you're considering a new home anywhere in the greater Richmond area, contact me before you register at the model home. Let me walk up in those doors for you and show you what it's like to have an advocate fight on your behalf. You can again text me at 757-837-0096. Now, trap number 4 is judging the preferred lender incentive by the headline number alone. Y'all, I can't tell you how many times people have tried to make that mistake. See, a builder may advertise money toward closing costs, a temporary rate reduction, or another financing benefit when you use an affiliated lender and settlement provider. That offer may be valuable, but you cannot know until you compare the complete loan terms, okay? The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau recommends questioning, requesting, and comparing loan estimates from multiple lenders. Compare the interest rate, the annual percentage rate, discount points, origination charges, lender credits, cash to close, and projected payments. Also ask whether the rate is locked, how long the lock lasts, and who pays if construction runs beyond that lock period. See, a large credit paired with or higher fees may cost more over the years you expect to own the home. On the other hand, the preferred lender may truly offer the better package. The point is not to reject it. The point is to verify it, okay? Have you ever compared a builder's financing offer with an independent lender before? If you've not, you need someone that's done it time and time again that can help you walk through it. Now, trap number 5 is treating government inspections and independent home inspections as if they do the same job. Henrico County maintains permits, inspection reports, and certificates of occupancy through the building inspection system. Those records matter, and buyers can request construction and inspection information from the county. But code inspections are performed for code compliance. Your independent inspector is working for you and examining the condition of the home that you're preparing to own. So ask whether the contract allows a pre-drywall inspection, a final inspection before settlement, and an inspection near the end of the first year. A pre-drywall inspection can provide another set of trained eyes on visible framing, plumbing, wiring, and other components before the walls cover them. A final inspection can identify unfinished items or defects that should be documented before closing. An inspection around month 11 may help you organize warranty requests before your 1-year warranty period expires. The contract may control when your inspector can enter, what credentials or insurance the inspector needs, and whether the builder must correct every reported item. Negotiate access before you sign, not after the drywall goes up. I made another video explaining the inspections buyers should consider for a new home, and I'll link it right here on the screen. See, trap number 6 is assuming the word warranty means everything is covered for years or the length of the time that you own the house. Virginia law provides important implied warranties for qualifying new dwellings. Under Virginia Code Section 55.1357, a new home carries protection for structural defects and workmanlike construction. When the seller is in the business of building or selling new dwellings, habitability is also addressed. The general statutory period is 1 year from transfer of the title or possession, whichever happens first, while the foundation structural warranty described in the statute extends to 5 years. But here's why the contract still matters. Virginia law allows warranties to be waived, changed, or excluded when the agreement uses specific, highly visible language that satisfies the statute. The builder may also provide an express warranty with its own procedures, deadlines, standards, exclusions, and maintenance requirements. So we have to read not just the sales contract, but we also have to read the warranty booklet. We're gonna need to ask who handles the claim, how a claim must be submitted, how quickly you must report a defect, and whether consequential damage is excluded. Virginia law also describes a written notice process for statutory warranty claims and gives the vendor a reasonable opportunity to cure. If you see language saying warranties are waived, limited, or that the home is being sold as is, stop and we can get legal advice before we move forward. Now also remember that Virginia's standard disclosure rules do not operate exactly the same way way on the first sale of a new dwelling. The first sale is generally exempt from much of the Residential Property Disclosure Act, although a builder still must disclose known material defects that would violate an applicable building code. Now that's another reason your own due diligence matters. Brand new paint is not a substitute for records, inspections, and written answers. Does that make sense? Trap number 7 is failing to build a realistic plan for your current home, your new home, and your financing. This is the trap that matters the most for self-employed move-up buyers. A builder may give you a limited period to sell your current home, or the contract might not include a sale contingency at all. At the same time, the projected construction date can move because of weather, labor, materials, permits, or other delays permitted by the agreement. So if you sell your home too early, you may face temporary housing, storage, pet restrictions, 2 moves, and extra expenses. If you sell too late, you may not have the funds or debt to income position that you need to close on the new home. If you are self-employed, changes in business revenue, deductions, debt, or tax filings can affect final loan approval months after your initial pre-approval. The lender may verify your finances again just before closing. So before signing, we need to map out your sale preparation date, your listing strategy, your likely closing window, construction milestones, loan approval updates, rate lock plan, deposit exposure, and backup housing options. We also need to decide what happens if the builder finishes early, finishes late, or if your buyer requests a change. And friends, this is exactly why I created the Homeownership God's Way Blueprint. We're not gonna rush, we're not gonna guess, and we're not gonna move on fear. We're gonna get the facts straight, and we're gonna make decisions with wisdom and peace. The blueprint that I created helps Christians coordinate buying and selling simultaneously without stress, chaos, and homelessness. And you can grab a free Homeownership God's Way Blueprint by clicking the link in the description. And then you can reach out to me and we can talk about what your specific needs are. See, buying a newly built home in Greater Richmond can be an incredible blessing, friends. You may get the layout, the energy features, the finishes, and location your family has been praying for. The goal is not to make you afraid of new construction. The goal is to make sure that your excitement does not overrun your due diligence and your thoughts, okay? Making sure that you bring your own representation before your first model home visit is so important. I can't stress this enough. You need to read the builder's agreement instead of assuming. You need to track when every dollar becomes non-refundable. You need to compare complete loan estimates. You need to secure independent inspection access. You need to understand the warranty language, and you need to coordinate the sale of your current home with a backup plan for construction and financing changes. So if you are ready to explore new construction in Richmond, Henrico, Chesterfield, Hanover, or the surrounding areas, all you have to do is get in touch. You can text me at 757-837-0096, or you can visit hudsonrealty.group. Let's make sure that the house, the contract, the financing, and the timeline all work together before you sign your name on the dotted line. So friends, let me ask you this. What is your biggest concern about buying a new construction home? Is it the contract? Is it the inspection, the warranty, or coordinating a buy and a sell at the same time? Why don't you write a comment below? I read all of the comments, and your questions help me create the videos that you guys actually want to hear. Guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. Your support absolutely means the world to me. Every day when I get up, I am so grateful and so blessed that I get to share my time, my knowledge, my information, and my love with all of you guys who are watching me here on YouTube. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you know someone that could benefit from the type of content I put out, please do me a favor and share this video. It would really mean the world to me. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.